Hello everyone, this is Fan from Tech Gaming Villa. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the 4TB gaming performance. I have shown the top side LG G3 and Samsung S95C, and the bottom side Samsung QN90C Mini LED TV and LG C3 OLED. First, I'm to talk about the LG G3 versus LG C3. As expected, picture performance is where the biggest difference between these two sets. Both are what LG calls OLED Evo models, which means they use the latest WOLED panel technology from LG Display, which is distinct from LG Electronics. But as mentioned, the LG G3 has a couple of extras that the C3 doesn't. For starters, as was the case last year, the G series has a heatsink that the C series doesn't. This allows the set to be pushed harder. It is brighter without any extra stress being applied to the light-emitting OLEDs. More excitingly, the LG G3 also uses a brand new panel technology called Micro Lens Array, or MLA for short. MLA refers to layer of microscopic lens that focus the light output from the television towards the viewer. This takes advantage of existing light output. In other words, the OLED themselves don't need to work any harder than they did before, and boosts it without the need for further power consumption or any increase in possibility of OLED burning from overexertion. It's an admittedly smart solution from LG, and the company claims it produces serious results. The intention of including MLA is to increase brightness on these OLED panels, which has been viewed by some panel as a long-standing flaw of OLED technology. You clearly see the gaming performance on the LG G3 and LG C3, this two technology, the Mini LED QN90C. You clearly see how the gaming performance, how's the picture quality. You will judge the picture quality difference. The addition of MLA to the LG G3's panel means that it's able to hit a peak brightness figure of over 2000 nits, albeit in its rather grayish vivid mode. The more authentic cinema and filmmaker modes can still hit peaks of almost 1500 nits, though, which is a huge improvement over the roughly 1000 nit limit of the LG G2. It's worth remembering that the LG G2 was already brighter than the LG C2, which was limited to around 800 nits. And LG has said that the C3 isn't brighter than the TV it replaces. Having now fully tested the LG G3, I can say for sure that its extra brightness is significant, even in this preferred cinema mode. Highlights sparkle that much more, and contrary to some expectations, bright colors are actually more vibrant than before, adding up to an image with significantly more punch. Blacks are still as inkly deep as is expected from OLED, but there's more shadow details, so you miss less in dark scenes. The only way in which the G3 isn't better than the G2 is in low light colors, which are peculiarly pale. I have also now fully tested the LG C3. In short, it performs very similarly to the LG C2 it replaces. That makes it a very natural and authentically balanced picture performer. But it clearly lacks the dynamism and impact of MLA boosted G3. That's to be expected, but more of a problem for the LG C3 is that some other brands have upped their game this year, and C3 has now fallen behind rivals such as the Sony Ericsson. In short, the LG C3 is still a very good TV, but you can now buy better for the same money. And the G3 is also worth the extra money if you can afford it. And on the other hand, if you see the QN90C Mini LED gaming performance, which exhibits extremely low input lag, great response time, and has support for variable refresh rate, which altogether makes for an outstanding gaming television on paper. For the most part, I think gamers who spend their time with single-player action and adventure games will be totally pleased with what this television can offer. Back once again is Samsung's excellent game bar, which can be brought up by holding down the pause play button, which you have a connected gaming device active. From here, you can see all of the television's current settings, including frame rate and resolution, and also manage how the television interacts with whatever system you have attached. This is probably tied with LG for the best implementation of a gaming menu interface. HDR games look very good, if not a bit too bright in some cases. Some of the highlights on metal pieces in games actually made me squint, which I suppose is a testament to the panel. Unfortunately, I didn't love this television for competitive gaming because of the local dimming issue I mentioned in the picture quality section. Whatever processor or algorithm that Samsung is using to manage the local dimming zones is not very competent at quickly switching between brights and darks. Even opening a menu in a game can cause the entire panel to almost flicker as it swaps between a bright background and what is actually usually a darker menu interface. Seeing that flicker is really distracting, and it's worse in competitive shooters where the sky is going to be a lot brighter than indoor places, or the shadows cast by boxes or plates. Take for example Apex Legends. Very frequently you are looking near the ground or aiming at enemies slightly above that and then needing to adjust to another set of enemies that has the high ground on you. The transition from the shadowed ground to a backlit set of enemies on a building takes the panel a few precious milliseconds to properly adjust. In games like Destiny 2, where the time to kills is very short, that is the difference between winning a fight and losing one. Losing a fight because television can't adapt as fast as the flow of game is extremely frustrating. I'm very disappointed to see that Samsung hasn't addressed this issue yet, since it was a problem in the QN90B and even a QN90A before that. This is not a new problem, and while similar issues are apparent in the competition, Samsung is among the worst, and it really brings down what is otherwise a great display. On the other hand, the Samsung S95C in this 4 TV, the champion TV on gaming section, the Samsung S95C. S95C might be impressive with HDR content, but it's with HDR material that new QD OLED panel really comes into its own. I measured a massive 1400 CD per meter square on a 10% window and 274 CD per meter square on a full field pattern. This is incredible for an OLED, and not only makes an obvious difference, but means HDR content at 1000 nits requires the minimum of tone mapping. The quantum dot layers used for red and green also play their part, creating wider and purer colors with HDR. This is evidenced by the DCI-P3 coverage, which measures 100%, while the BT2020 coverage hits an impressive 75%. Crucially, the saturation sweeps of DCI-P3 within BT2022 2020 are also very accurate, resulting in expertly rendered colors with HDR content. The HDR grayscale measurements are equally as impressive in filmmaker mode, tracking red, green, and blue almost exactly the UTF map, the PQ target precisely. This is important because it retains the original artistic intent and was an area where the earlier S95B could be a little aggressive. It's another area where S95C clearly improves on its predecessor. The S95C supports high dynamic range in form of HDR10, HLG, and HDR10 Plus with a choice of static or active settings for the first two formats. Static tracks the PQ target precisely, while the latter deviates to give HDR a brightness boost. The result is less accurate, resulting in a touch of clipping on some content, but is handy when there's a lot of ambient light in the room. The increased brightness is immediately obvious when watching HDR content, and the significant uptick in luminance on a full screen image makes a noticeable difference compared to previous OLED TVs. This is evident watching the Revenant, where the icy and snowbound landscapes pop in a way I have never seen before on an OLED TV. Of course, the S95C has only half the brightness measurements of a good LCD TV, but when you add the deep blacks and pixel precise highlights, The results are often stunning, bright and colorful, feel like The Greatest Showman is a revelation with its native 4K visuals and impactful HDR bursting into life and in the picture performance. They're as enjoyable as the film's musical numbers. If you see this gaming performance S95C, it's amazing. If you're a serious gamer, the S95C is right up your alley with support for every cutting-edge technology available. PC gamers can't benefit from FreeSync Premium and Motion Accelerator Turbo Pro 144Hz, while the HDMI inputs support next-gen console features such as 420Hz VRR and LLM. The Game Hub offers a choice of streamed gaming apps, while the dedicated game mode delivers a lightning-fast input lag of 9.2 milliseconds. As a result, gameplay is smooth and highly responsive, with excellent motion handling, free of tearing or other artifacts even at the highest frame rates. The game bar enables quick access to all the main gaming settings and information, as well as key game-related menus that users can adjust to personalize their gaming experience. So regardless of how you game, the S95C has you covered and can be optimized to your needs. As with any OLED display technology, there's always a danger of image retention or screen burn. While I haven't experienced these issues while testing the S95C, it's something to be aware of, especially if you have a tendency to game with heads up displays for long periods of time. So in this 4TV, which TV you like most? The Samsung S95C on gaming section is champ TV, I will say. So what's your thought? Please write in the comments below. That's it from now. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications update. I have another channel named Awesome Tech Gaming Pro, where I upload similar kind of tech videos. Please visit this channel and subscribe for update. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.
To change up.